Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Chris coming at you from my channel I Am Toys. Once again, they got two reviews I'm going to be doing, I guess, simultaneously. There's a company called Did that you probably saw. If you guys follow my channel, you probably saw I did a review of their Donald Trump figure ways back, which I'm sure probably pissed a few people off too as well. Usually, well, the only people that probably got pissed were probably Republicans or anyone who's conservative. But even conservatives found it funny too, because if you have a sense of humor, it's good. If you haven't let politics kind of poison your mind into hating people, then most people can see it funny. But you should see some of the comments on the video. It's pretty wild. But anyway, back to these. So the same company that made that figure, again, they're called Did, D-I-D. They're based over in Asia too as well. They were kind enough to send me these figures to review. And I'm a pretty big Bond fan. I don't have any figures, so it was pretty nice to have the chance to be able to review this one, especially Roger Moore, who is actually one of my favorites. Definitely my top would probably be Sean Connery for sure. I think that's a lot of people's, a lot of folks' favorite too as well. But Roger Moore is definitely up there, man. He's probably my second, in that top spot. And they also send me, so if you go to their site, and I'll have the link to this in the video when I have it uploaded. But what was I gonna say? Duh. But like I said, I'll have the link up. But this is actually sold as a set, and you can purchase both. And the awesome thing about Did is that their prices are very well priced, and for some of the quality that they put out as far as their work, you really can't beat it. So I'm going to do something different, a little bit different with this review. I normally have never done, I've always wanted to do a review in my actual detail before, because it gives you that kind of gallery look, and I think I actually want to do that with these two, just to give it this kind of gallery feel review to it. So I'm actually going to do that this time around, and I think it's going to be pretty neat to do it. I've never done it, and I've wanted to do a review that way for a while. And we're going to push on, and we're going to move through and do it that way. I like the sound of it. If you don't, too bad. It's what we're going to do. So let's get into it, and I will show you both of these figures. And I probably didn't mention the one on the right. This one is essentially modeled after Pierce. And we'll get into that one. That one's not by Did, it's by Wild Toys, but they're being sold as a package deal. You could probably get them separate too, I would imagine. And actually, I'm pretty much 100% positive that you can. So like I said, let's get into the review of both of these guys. So the one thing I wanted to show you guys too before I get into the review is Did's packaging. I've always been a fan of their packaging. It's just very nice, very professional, and very well put together. You get this magnetic clipboard cover that essentially is has a seal around it, but then you just take those stickers off. And it via the magnets, essentially, you just clip it right back to the front of it again. But you get this nice package insert. The figure laying nicely inside. That has usually a plastic wrap around its head, which I removed already. You have the compartment slots. They just really do a nice job as far as packaging their figures. I really dig it. And they did the same thing for their Donald Trump figure too, as well. You get some art graphics too on the inside as well. They definitely did the figure justice, especially with the packaging, straight off the bat. So like I said, they do really well. This is something that, other companies don't do. Sometimes they cheese out on their packaging a little bit, but I really enjoy what they do here with their figures and how they package them. All right, let's get into it. All right, so there he is, guys, and that sculpt is fantastic. I think it looks even better than the prototype. Even better than the prototype. And those of you, again, I usually give a history of these guys who don't know which Bond he is. So he played Bond from I think it was 1973 to about 1985, I believe, if I remember correctly. And I believe it was about 7 films or so. First one was, I think, Live and Let Die, I believe. I may be screwing that name up, but I believe that was his first film. And Roger Moore has passed away, unfortunately. I believe he passed away in 2017, which is a shame. Classic icon. He's actually technically Sir Roger Moore, to tell you the truth. He was actually knighted by Queen Elizabeth. I don't remember when, maybe in the 70s, maybe in the 80s, I can't remember. But he was knighted though. So he's actually Sir Roger Moore, believe it or not. But that sculpt is fantastic. So this is the look for me, guys. You know, as far as going to be Roger Moore, this is my favorite look of him. It also comes with the dress shirt and the jacket, so if you like that look, but I've never liked it. It's kind of stuffy looking. But if you're the type of person who likes that, you know, that more suit version, professional look for him, I like this one. This is kind of how I would display him and how I am going to display him. And we're going to leave it kind of like that. You know, it's awesome. And I'm just going to zoom up in on the sculpt too as well. A little more, show you those baby blues. I don't know if they're coming in or not, but that sculpt is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Just soak that in, guys. That is a beautiful sculpt. Absolutely beautiful. So, and as you can see, the tailoring is really good on the figure itself. You can futz with it, probably get the belt a little more centerline than I have it right there. And the gun belt, the shoulder strap, you could probably futz with that and get it better than I am. For the life of me, I can't get it to kind of sit better or a little bit flatter, and I'm sure you can get it there. I'm just fat-fingered sometimes and can't figure it out. But I know there's probably a better way to get it there. So I'm going to show you guys a side portrait shot too as well. And just rotate them around. And here's a side shot of them. Like I said, if you futz around with that a little bit better, you can definitely have that sit a little better than I have it. But for the life of me, I can't kind of get it to rest a little bit flatter like in the promo pics. But as you can see, this thing is amazing. What a great sculpt. What a great sculpt. That gun too, believe it or not, you can pull out the roller and actually put bullets in that thing. And I'll show you a little bit of that with the accessories. And lastly, I want to show you this with the suit on. Even though this is not how I'm going to display him, at least show you that look too as well with the suit on. The tie you could probably futz around with to get it to sit a little bit higher, so that way the collar isn't open, but who knows, some people might like it like that. You can obviously take it, pose it without the tie too as well, just have the collar open. But like I said, with some futzing, you can get that to sit a little higher and a little more closed, a little more streamlined and proper. You know, but that head sculpt, man, whew. That is a beautiful thing. So that's the look with the suit, and the buttons on the side do go through the holes there on the side, so you can make that look a little cleaner too as well. But I just wanted to show you guys that too, just so you saw both. And kind of get some ideas of what you could do. Alright, here's Pierce. Everyone knows he played a pretty big span of films too as well. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head though. I know a significant amount. I want to say I think he did at least 4 or 5, maybe more. I could be wrong. But so this figure is made by Wild Toys, and I'll tell you the truth, I'm not really familiar with too much of Wild Toys' work, to tell you the truth. This is the first time I've ever reviewed one of their figures, and I didn't even know that they did a Pierce figure. But it was kind enough for Did to kind of throw this my way. It's not a bad figure. I feel like the paint application could improve the sculpt a little bit. I mean, this is the only Pierce Brosnan figure, Bond figure that I know that's out there. So, is it going to be worth the price? Absolutely. And from what I understand, I think this figure itself is only around $100 or maybe 89. I think I had saw. I may be incorrect about that, but I believe it's. I mean, you can find it in ranging prices. But you know, I'll post the link because I think Did has the double set available with this and Roger Moore, and I think both together were under 200 if I remember correctly. Like I said, I'll have the confirmed prices for you in a little bit. Did's site was actually down when prior to me doing this review, so I'll have the confirmed pricing for you, you know, in the actual video in the description when it's linked. But I believe it was under 200 for the set, believe it or not. And I believe Roger Moore was going for about 200, 224, somewhere around there. But for the set, you could pick this one up, and was carrying this and the Roger Moore figure. Again, this is by Wild Toys, but they were doing both for about 180 bucks. I think I want to say it was under 200. So, ooh, sorry for that out of focus shot. But this figure's not bad. Like I said, the paint app could be a little bit better. The tailoring is excellent. You could actually get rid of the bow tie and actually pop open the shirt if you'd like, pop open the collar rather, if you like that look. And a lot of people do like that look with him. You know, it just gives that little kind of messy look. You know, more action pose-wise. But the tailoring is good. Like I said, the paint app I think could be a little bit better, and I think that would improve the sculpt tremendously. And then but like I said, tailoring is really good. The paint app on the hands are a little bit off too as well, you know, as far as matching the face. But for the price for the figure, and you know, if you're a Bond fan, this is a must-have, you know. And for 89, 90 bucks, if you're buying it separate too as well, or if you want both, you know, for the set, I think it was like 179 if I remember correctly. Again, I can't get on DID's site right now because I think it may be down for maintenance or something. But we'll have the final prices up. But like I said, these are pretty reasonably priced, and if you can get both of these for 170 or 180, I believe that's what the combo price was for the set. That's pretty darn good, man. Pretty darn good. There's the trousers. Like I said, tailoring on the suit's pretty good. Pretty good. There's his left side portrait shot. And he comes with a little more limited accessories. You know, again, I think the figure is anywhere from about, you know, it's under 100. So you're not going to get too much with it, which is going to be expected. But for the price of the fig, it's not bad. And I know a lot of you guys are out there going to be like, what are you talking about, man? You know, custom figures are better. But guess what? This isn't a custom figure. It's a figure that's put out a little more for the masses, and for the price that it's at, it's an excellent work for where it's at. So don't compare this to the customs out there and the customs that I have, because it's two totally different worlds. So you got to separate the two. All right, let's rotate him around to the back. Just your standard back of a figure. And let's show you the right side portrait shot. There you go. And the likeness is there. Like I said, man, the paint app could be a little bit better, and I think it would improve it tremendously. But like I said already, for the price, and if you're a Bond fan, this figure separately or even as part of the set is something to have. You know, likeness is there. That's for sure. I'm sure you guys are getting a kick out of seeing my reflection in the back of the detolf there. First time I've ever done in a detolf. I do like it though. Nice gallery kind of look to this. Might start doing it more often. And I'm sure people will start crying about seeing me in the thing. You see your face, man. It's annoying. Get your ugly mug out of there. There's some fragile folks out there, man. You should see some of the comments people deliver sometimes. It's like you stole their girlfriend in high school or something. Must be some past trauma. But I digress. So let's get into the accessories of both of these guys, and then we'll close out. So this is the one firearm that you get. I forget the actual model of this weapon. It's like a P. Man, I don't want to say the wrong thing because all the purists out there will. You're wrong, man. You're wrong. So, but this is the first firearm you get. The clip, you get an extra clip too as well. This clip is actually removable. So I see me fat finger this. There you go. You even get the little. Try to get where the light's not hitting it as much. You see the bullet outlets too. So in clips, you usually can see these little spots. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's just put it in my damn hand, right? So that way, there we go. So you see those little holes? In an actual clip to a gun, those are the little spaces you will see. That's essentially the bullets that you'll see stacked up in there. Kind of lets you know if your clip is full or not, because you can actually manually fill them too as well. And here's the other gun. I mean the gun that I was just showing you. Probably should have done this from the beginning. There you go. Get to see all the creases in my hand and the calluses. That's from 20 years of working out, folks. Grabbing barbells. You get calluses on your hands. It is what it is. Some people don't. I did. But anyway, first firearm detail. Excellent on these. Here's the other one. Like I said with this too, the roll comes out and you can actually put the bullets in there. And I think that's awesome that you can do that. And you get a little bag of bullets, which are right here. And they go right in there, man. As you can see. So that's a pretty nice touch too. Probably easy to lose, so you want to be careful with that. And then you get, plus the hands, you get 2 closed fist hands that you can, well, semi-closed, that you can hold the guns with. And you get another one of these too as well, which I already have on the figure. And if one finger is articulated, people probably look at that and are probably like, oh man, are you able to put the finger on the trigger? You are. This one is interesting. It looks like it's actually glued though. So maybe this one you can't. The other one I was able to. Maybe that's just, I don't know. It's not in focus. There we go. But this one looks like it's glued. But on the other hand, you know, who knows, maybe that finger came apart, but I was able to take this finger and articulate it onto the actual trigger instead of having the hand just look like it's holding the gun handle instead of, you know, the trigger itself. So that's what you get with Roger Moore. With Pierce, pretty much everything you already saw, and these 2 hands. That's it. And like I said, the paint's off a little bit on these as far as the skin matching, and I think they even may be off a little bit on the Roger Moore too, but not by much. But that's an easy fix. Well, all of us collectors out there, with all the hands we accumulate from figures, I'm sure we can pretty much find a match. And some people are going to complain out there and say, well, you're spending $200 on a figure, I don't want to have to replace the damn hands, you know. But anymore, I mean, if you're a collector like me, you've got this stuff, and certain people can give companies a pass for certain things, and it doesn't bother me, man. You know, it is what it is. You go through production, there are issues, and sometimes paint might be off, you never know. And these are, for the Wild Toys, were definitely off a little bit. But like I said, for the price of the figure, and it's the only Pierce Brosnan Bond figure that I've seen. I mean, I haven't gone searching. He's not one of my favorites really, but at least I've never seen anybody post pictures of him in the groups. I haven't even seen people post pictures of the one that I just reviewed. So again, just these 2 hands come with him. So we'll close out and give you my final thoughts. Alright, so final thoughts on these figures. Like I said, I think the Roger Moore figure is amazing. I think that the Wild Toys figure is pretty decent as well too. I think the paint application could be a tad better, which would improve the likeness on that. But I think it's the only Pierce looking figure that's out there right now. And if you're a Bond fan, having both of these I think is probably a must-have for a lot of collectors. And did an incredible job on the Roger Moore. Like I said, that is exactly how I'm going to be posing him. I think the sculpt is even better than the prototype. Maybe it's the way I'm lighting it, but I think the prototype looked pretty good, but I think the finished product looks even better. Absolutely even better. And I think I may have fudged the price up in the beginning. I'm not sure if I had mentioned what the prices were, but I was kind of off, so I want to correct that. I just messaged Did, and I finally got a response back, and I was able to get online. So for both of these, I think I had said it was under 200 or 179 for the set. It's actually 279, I believe. But I will have the updated link in the description of the video, so if you want to pick up these two as a set, you know, make sure you just hit the link. It'll take you to it, and you can pick both of these bad boys up. Like I said, if you're a Bond fan, these two are probably going to be a must-have for you guys. And for those of you who have seen my custom videos and are asking and saying, how are you talking about these figures, you know, in the way that I am, you know, you guys got to remember that when I do videos of figures or video reviews of figures that are for the masses, it's in the context of that. It's not in the context of the custom world and the hand-tailored you know, dynamic within that spectrum, you know, or hand sculpted, you know, essentially, you know, these are essentially hand sculpted in the beginning, and then a cast is made, and then they are reproduced essentially. So when I talk about tailoring, when I talk about the sculpts, and I talk about all that, it is within the context of figures that are built for the masses. This is not; these aren't custom pieces, so I'm not talking about it within the context of that. So just to clarify, and I may have talked about that a little bit in the beginning. I don't know if I did, but I just want to clarify that now, because some folks are out there crazy, and you know they want to say silly stuff. So just a clarification. But once again, I want to thank Did for giving me the opportunity to review these, because I'm a big Bond fan. So, and that Roger Moore figure, man, is absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. So, like I said, I'll have the description in the video. If you like these guys, feel free to click on the link, head over to the Did's company and their site, and purchase it. And like I said, I think it's $279 for the set. $279. What they are separately, I think the Roger Moore is around $225 or so, and the Wild Toys is separately. I'm not sure actually. So if it's $279, you know, do the math, do the difference. I'm sure they're probably cutting you a deal too as well, as far as what the price is. So originally I thought, you know, the $179, whatever I had said in the beginning, if I even said it, I was assuming then probably, you know, the Roger Moore, you know, being $225, then the Agent Paul, the Wild Toys Agent Paul, that's what they're calling it, but I figured he was under 100 then. I was like, wow, that's a really good deal then actually, but is a little more now. So I just want to clarify that, and you know, leave you with that information, you know, the correct information. But man, dude, that Roger Moore sculpt, oh, it is awesome, man. And even the Agent Paul, still good. It's still a good figure. Like I said, the paint app could be a tad better, and I think that would improve the likeness tremendously, but still a good figure though. You know, again, within the context of figures that are built for the masses, this is it's an excellent set to have. Excellent set to have. So thanks again, Did, for sending these out to me. I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to review both of them. I think they're definitely a fun set to have. And Roger Moore, you get some excellent accessories. And like I said, I like this look for him. I'm not going to be displaying him any other way. And that's about it, guys. So I'll see you guys in the next video. And I'm probably going to do Did's Obama figure actually next week. I'm not going to have time to do it this weekend, but I'll do it next week. And I'll pump that out for you. Have a war between my Trump figure and that. But alright, guys. Deuces.